Hello everyone and welcome back. Today, we will discuss one of the most innovative innovations in the military world, the YF-23 fighter jet that has become a terrifying threat to enemies in various battlefields. With its modern airframe design and deadly power, the YF-23 fighter jet has changed the face of modern warfare. Is the American YF-23 fighter jet better? The YF-23 has a huge fan base, as many consider it a better stealth fighter than the F-22 Raptor. So why then did the US Air Force decide to pass on it? If things had turned a little different, the YF-23 could have been the first fifth-generation stealth fighter jet in the US military. Instead, however, the US military decided to go with the YF-22, which turned out to be the F-22A Raptor, the most capable air superiority fighter jet to ever take to the skies. YF-23, a new fighter jet for the Air Force. Everything began in the late 1970s. Then, the Air Force got concerned about a new generation of Soviet surface-to-air missiles and fighter jets, and decided to replace the F-15, which, by the way, is still flying today. Making a new fighter jet, or indeed any aircraft, is no joke. The process, from conception to production, takes from a few years to decades, depending on the aircraft and the geopolitical situation. In a time of need, militaries are forced to push new, much faster aircraft out of the door and into the battle. For example, during the Second World War, both the Allies and the Axis produced new aircraft at a frantic pace to keep up with the competition. The North American P-51 Mustang is a perfect example of this. Designed in 1940, the venerable P-51 was operational by 1942. Today, however, that is no longer the case. Development for the F-35 Joint Strike Fighter, for example, began in the 1990s, but the aircraft only became operational in 2015 and 2019 for the Navy version. So, when the Air Force started looking for a new generation of fighter jets after the Vietnam War, everyone knew that the process would be lengthy and competitive. In 1986, the Air Force announced a competition for a new generation of fighter jets like the world had never seen. Two teams of companies were awarded demonstration contracts. The first team was composed of Lockheed, Boeing, and General Dynamics, and entered the competition with the YF-22. The second team, composed of Northrop Grumman and McDonnell Douglas, presented the YF-23. What the YF-23 had over its competitors was stealth. The Northrop Grumman team stressed the stealth characteristics of its aircraft, opting to make it lighter. However, with less weight came decreasing capabilities in some sectors. Contrary to its competitors, the YF-23 didn't have thrust vectoring, the ability to direct the thrust of its engines for improved aerodynamic control, thus making it less agile in dogfighting. It took the Air Force years of flight testing, but in the end, the futuristic YF-23 was lost to the YF-22, which is still flying today as the F-22A Raptor.